Welcome back, everybody. First things first, I just wanted to say that kidney stones suck terribly, very painful. Don't wish them upon anybody. Second thing is, I've been doing a little research. So it was fun. I took like the 20 most, on May 1st, I took the top 20 relevant videos searching for Manga Haul and Comic Haul, just to see what it was, and I got quite a variety of things. So I'm just going to pop these up on the screen, and you can see I've got basically 20 video titles by 20 different creators. I basically went posted within the last week. They have views from like 100 to 9,000 for Mangatama. Some had, basically 2 comments. Others had 164. Here's the interesting thing. Out of the 20, 14 were female, 5 were male, and 1 was husband and wife. So basically there was 15 females, 6 males. Now I had to guesstimate the age, and here's the hard part. On a lot of the Manga Haul collection, or my Manga Haul videos, there is no talking head like what you see at the first of my video. That is literally, there's usually like a pair of hands and their manga collection. So out of the 20, only 5 of them had what I call talking heads. The rest were basically their voice behind showing off their manga collection. So it wasn't about them, it was about the books. That's an interesting distinction. What I got a lot from the manga was these people, these creators, of YouTube, their love, their passion, how much they enjoyed reading their manga. Very interesting. So, and again, this is just a small snapshot for statistics purposes. It's first 20 videos that kind of came up based on relevance on that particular date. If we go over to comics, again, May 1st this week, relevance was Comic Haul. Views anywhere from 18 up to, for some of the bigger well-known creators like Gem Mint Collectibles was about 64, 48. I think Reggie Collects was in there, Swaggle House. These guys are fairly well known. Here's the thing that blew me away. Every single presenter on the first 20 were male. Like now, don't get me wrong, I'm sure there are female comic book collectors out there. But on this first 20, like, they're all dudes. So the other 2 other interesting factors. Now I had to kind of guesstimate the age. For these guys, I would go probably 40-ish was kind of the mid-range. You had some, a couple people in their 20s, some in their 30s, a lot in their 40s, and then, a handful older guys like me. Here's the other thing too, 16 out of the 20 had a talking head. So basically, I'm filming myself talking to you. They'd show the books, but it was basically them. The keys that I took away from this, they're talking about, the investment, the find, the deal, but very little about the actual comic books, maybe about the artist or the art, but you could tell like it wasn't about the story. It was about financial, like how much is this worth? I spent this, and hey, look, it's worth that. It's speculation. It's the what I like to call the roulette wheel of comics. So let's say every week there's about 250 titles, and you can maybe place your chips on about, I don't know, let's say 5 of them. And you kind of do your homework. Who's the creator? Is it a good story? Do you think it'll be hot? Place your money down, spin the wheel. Let's see if it goes up or not, right? Let's see if it takes off. It's the videos out there on YouTube, except for very few, are really about comics as an investment tool. But they're not really an investment tool. What they are is basically it's gambling, let's be honest. Because 95% of comics that you buy are within, I'd say, 2 to 3 years, are lucky to retain their cover price, even if you bag and board it right away. There's a lot of, it doesn't mean they're bad stories. It just sort of doesn't take off, falls by the wayside. So whereas the manga, it was interesting. Like when people were talking about prices, they were kind of bitter about how much they had to pay if it was more than like $5 or $10 for the tankobon, the little manga volume, right? So it was, and so they're going over prices and where to get deals. But as far as like collectible, there wasn't that much. It's interesting to me, coming from the comic books market, that I always wonder, will there be expensive manga out there? And the answer is yes, there is. But the reason it becomes expensive is basically because it's what they call OOP, or out of print. So once a manga is out of print, and if you want to get a hold of it, then yeah, it's supply and demand, right? So if you have a favorite series from your childhood, unfortunately, you got to pay what people want for them, right? Or you just don't get it. If they are reprinted, most manga readers will just go buy the reprint for, retail price. That's a huge difference between manga and comics. So before we go, I thought I should give you a little spec versus rec, and which really would highlight the difference between like today's comics and manga. So I've always been a Neil Adams fan. Love Ra's al Ghul, but specifically I'm a Talia fan. Talia al Ghul, just whatever. Probably like her better than Catwoman, which is strange, but I think she's a character with a lot of potential. So anyway, I've got, just to show you what kind of fan I am here, right? So there's this first draw is Batman 232. I love this cover here. This is Batman 235, but it's got Talia on the cover, and you can see Bruce has put his cape and cowl in the water to look like he's dead, and he's jumping from behind. So that's another classic Neil Adams. I got Batman 244. I think that's got the big smoochy scene in there, which is great. This is first Talia. This is Detective 411. Right there. That's worth some money these days. I'm glad to see that. And again, when I bought these, I didn't buy these to speculate on them. I just bought them because I really love the character and the stories. And finally, this is Detective 405, first League of Assassins there. So, some cool stuff. So, all I really wanted to say is that I really like Talia as a character. So, when I saw the Robin #1, they had the Talia variant by, I'm probably going to remember this wrong, but Jeehyung Lee with Talia, like in a moment of temporary insanity, I bought both covers. I bought, like, there's one with the trade dress and the other is the virgin black suit, gray suit that you can see on the screen here. I actually like the black suit way better. And this isn't his best art by far. You know, it's not a great fan. I've seen honestly better covers from him, but the fact that it was Talia, I just wanted to get it. Now, as you can see from the price, that's the stupid part. Now, I paid way too much for this, especially with shipping. But I think it was, yeah, $70 American, basically without shipping, for those two issues. And they're just variants. Robin #1 hasn't really gone anywhere on eBay. It's still like a $5 comic. First appearance flatline, but honestly, it's not taking off. I just really wanted Talia covers, to be honest. And maybe that's the issue with modern comics these days, is that I'm forking out $70 American plus some ridiculous shipping just to have two comics. Now, here's the rec speculations. So I went on to eBay, and for $70 Canadian, what can I get? Well, for manga, here's how I did. I got the first 9 volumes of One Punch Man and the first 2 volumes of Konosuba. I love One Punch Man, and I've been watching some of the like reviews of the newest chapters online, and that is getting good with the Monster Association, the Monster Cadre. Some good stuff. If you're not reading One Punch Man, I could definitely recommend it, because and the art is just getting awesome. I'm really like Tatsumaki was one of my favorite characters. I just like the tsundere, and she's way overpowered, but I'm thinking her younger sister Fubuki, like the journey she's going to go through, may wind up becoming one of my favorite characters from that series as well. That one I'm looking forward to. The Robin #1, I'm not even going to open, to be honest. I've got most of the story from online anyway. Don't care. I am going to read the One Punch Man, and I'm going to read the Konosuba. And I think that's the best way we can summarize the differences between modern Western comics and manga. Modern superhero comics are basically trading cards. We're buying them for covers. We're putting them in bags and boards. If we really think they're valuable, we'll send them off to be encapsulated in hard plastic with a grade on there, and then we'll buy and sell those for ridiculous amounts of money. Manga, we read. And many, many, many more people worldwide are reading manga than superhero comics. To illustrate that point, I'm just going to put up sort of the top sales from 2020 of manga, and as you can see, Demon Slayer, I think it was 82 million or something like that. It decimated anything like superhero comic out there. Not even close. And I've made this point before, but it's just, yeah, far more people are reading manga than comics. And I think that's, again, is that a collectibles market? In time, yes. I honestly believe so. Unfortunate to say, the comic characters will be around, but the floppies, I don't know, man. It's at the current price point, like $4.99, $5.99, whatever. I can't see it. The only thing keeping them afloat is speculation right now. It's the gambling. People are putting their money down to spin that wheel and see if it takes off. So, and it's a shame because, we love the characters and whatnot, but there comes a point where, bang for your buck. And the bang for your buck right now is manga. I'll be honest. It's that's why it's outselling. It's better stories that people relate to, and no, of course, everybody has their favorite superhero stories. That's fine, but overall, it's yeah, it's a much more vibrant industry. So that's where I'll leave it off. So we'll see. Once I get my manga, I'll do a review on it and tell you how I liked it. But anyways, thanks again for watching, guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Oh, almost forgot. Big shout out to Billy over at Economics and Comics. That's one of the channels I watch regularly. Just had his 10,000 subscribers giveaway. I was also lucky enough to win one of his weekly giveaways. So got me a nice, amazing Spider-Man 172 newsstand. First appearance Rocket Racer in a very fine, and again, congrats to Billy, and thanks so much for the comic. Anyway, that's it for now. See you guys later. Bye.